And welcome here to Ryton Cricket Club this afternoon for this match between Ryton and Tynedale in Division 1 of the Northumberland and Tyneside Cricket League. Tynedale batting first here on a bright breezy afternoon. It's very warm, 40 for 2 in the 19th, and it's Howarth who's bowling to Dan Parker at the moment, and he just has him up on his toes there, playing and missing outside the off stump through to the wicket keeper, and there's no run. So the field at the moment, we've got two slips, we've got a gully, we've got a point, we've got a cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, and a square leg and a fine leg. Actor down there at fine leg. And here's Howarth again now, moves in the bowl, past umpire Davison round the wicket to Parker, who goes forward and defends this one back. And it bounces into the hands of Howarth, and that's the end of the over. The end of the 19th over, that one, as the players all move round there. So Tynedale 40 for 2, Cant 24, Parker 4 at the moment. The two men out so far were Sam Mannion is out and Ollie Fletcher was the first wicket to fall. LBW to O'Neill playing back that one. That was 5 for 1 and Fletcher went for 4. And then Sam Mannion, who was dropped in the 11th over, and the over after that, Actor had him caught down the leg side behind the wicket. But here's Actor again now on his 10th over, and bowls to Tom Cant, and he just defends that one out onto the offside, and it goes to extra cover there, and it's picked up off the floor, and there's no run. And we've got a bit of cloud cover here this afternoon at Ryton, but it's been blue sky. Sun just keeps coming and going, but it's warm enough. As Actor moves in again over the wicket now to Cant, who gets that front leg out and pushes it to the leg side, and they run through for a quick single there. Good running from the Tynedale batsman. Saw that one early, did Cant, and he moves to 25. The score goes to 41 for 2 in the 20th over here. And it's been a real struggle so far for the Tynedale batsmen. They were helped out quite well. Rob came on as the first change bowler for Ryton, and 9 off his first over, which none of them came off the bat, and there was 5 wides in there and byes as well. But here's Parker now with 2 slips and a gully, faces up to Actor, and he's well forward, a good stride in there, and he pushes the ball out there to extra cover, and there's no run. So Parker just has a look at the field, changing the field there. Now extra covers. There's 2 extra covers, one on the edge of the 30-yard circle and short extra cover in there as well. Actor in and bowls, and again Parker's just forward, all defensive again, out to extra cover there, and there's no run. It's 41 for 2, Tynedale. And I was just saying that for a little while it was hard to get the ball off the square for Tynedale, but the pitch here, it's very grassy indeed for all the hot weather we've had. And there's Parker, who's hit for a good strike through the leg side between mid-on and mid-wicket there, up towards the houses on the far side there. And it's a fuller ball, and Parker just managed to slip back and move that front leg out and got the middle onto it, and away the ball raced over the parched outfield here at Sir Charles Parsons Field in Ryton. But here's Actor again now, 45 for 2 now. Tynedale moves in, and Parker, there's a late cut there outside the off stump, a bit of bounce as well there for Actor, but it fires into the floor and it's fielded there at gully, and there's no run, and that's the end of the over. The end of the 20th over now. Tynedale 45 for 2, Cant 25 not out, 8 to Parker. Fletcher and Mannion, the men out so far for Tynedale. As the field changes round again here, and it's going to be Howarth, the captain of Ryton, right arm over the wicket. He's going to take on the attack, and we're broadcasting down here behind the deep cover boundary at the moment at the edge of the car park. So we're dead square under the wicket. So Cant is over to the left hand side as we look at the field now. He's on strike, and Parker down at the non-striker's end is to our right. And here's Howarth now. Here's another one, and there's Cant, who's forward, pushing out to the offside. which is the nearest side to us here, and the ball goes straight along the floor there, and it's picked up, and there's no run. And the grassiness of the pitch out there, it's just a shade lighter than the rest of the square, which hasn't been cut, so it's been a bit of a bomb trap for Tynedale so far. But that one's bowled down the leg side from Howarth, and Kant turns to play it, and his ratio for getting those shots away down the leg side today hasn't been all that good, but he's still in there fighting. He's had to dig deep for these 25 runs he's got so far. It's the first time he's passed 20 in 5 weeks, 5 innings. It's his 5th innings, and he's got to 20. As Howarth moves in again now, Kant this time gets it away through the leg side between mid-on and mid-wicket again, and it's running up to the left of the scoreboard there, and there's a dive and stop. Is there? No, the ball crosses the line now, and there's 4 runs signalled slowly there by umpire Davidson at the bowler's end to our right. So 4 more to the total, and that takes the score to 49 for 2, and Kant has moved to 29 with that shot. So there's 2 slips, a gully, a point, a fine leg, a forward square leg, and an extra cover, a mid-off and a mid-on. Now Howarth moves in again now. Kant forward and just plays this one into the ground, and it comes out square here towards point, and it's fielded. I think it's O'Neill there who's fielding at point. He's got his back to us at the moment, and he's got his jumper on as well. Him and Akhtar have both got their jumpers on out there, just keeping the breeze at bay. But here's Kant again now, right-handed. Another one's away, and Kant's back in his crease this time, just chopping the bat down there, and the ball runs again square out towards us here, but it's intercepted by O'Neill at point, who's just fielding on one of the marked creases on one of the other pitches. It's at the far end of the square, but the nearest end of the square to us here. And here's Howarth again now, moves in. Kant pushes out to mid-off this time for a single, and there's a good run, and the ball's fired up to the wicket-keeper's end, and Parker makes it up there quickly enough, and he's safe enough, and that's the end of the over, and that's 50 up for Tynedale. And 50 after 21 overs, so they've had to dig in here, these two, and the last wicket fell at 14, so they've put on 36, these two, for the 3rd wicket, Parker and Kant. So Tynedale without Callan McCabe today, without Jamie Ryton. Matty Scott into the team. Ewan Fletcher, I beg your pardon. Ewan Stevenson back in as well. After playing last week, after a few weeks off, and that's turned round the corner from Kant, and it's the wicket-keeper who's chasing after that one to get it down towards fine leg across to the right there, and he does. And there's a run to the board there, so it's 51 for 2 now Tynedale, and Kant moves to 31 with that shot. I didn't see if there was I think it came off the bat there, we'll soon find out. But here's Akhtar again, 2 slips in a gully. Parker tries to play down the leg side this time, but he plays and misses, and it's through to the wicket-keeper, and there's no run. And Tynedale in 4th place in the table before the start of today's game. Ryton a little lower in mid-table as Akhtar moves into Parker again. They're going to sprint for one here to mid-wicket, and that one's cheered from 1 or 2 of the Tynedale spectators here. Every run being counted, and every run vital now for Tynedale. So it's the right-handed Kant on the strike. There's no change in the field at the moment. There's no 3rd man or fine leg as Akhtar moves in for his penultimate over of his spell, and that one kept low outside the off stump, and Kant didn't offer a shot there. Watched it through, and it's taken behind cleanly enough, and the ball goes round the offside field. It's back with Akhtar now. Gets a little catch popped up to him there. Now he moves in from left to right as we watch again, bowling to Kant. and Kant just nudges this one into the leg side, just off the pitch, and it's fielded there by mid-on, and there's no run. And Kant, yeah, up to 30 now. 444 runs he has for the season as well now, and there's maybe still more to come here as Kant goes back into his crease there to watch that one by through to the wicketkeeper. Last ball of the over, and there's no score, no run there, I beg your pardon, and it's 52 for 2 at the end of that one. 22 overs gone now. Tynedale batting first, 52 for 2, Kant 30, and Dan Parker 9 not out. The men out: Ollie Fletcher, LBW to O'Neill 4 when the score was at 5, and Sam Mannion caught behind down the leg side, bowled Actor for 2 when the score was at 14. So for 2 consecutive weeks Tynedale have been at 14 for 2. But here's Parker now, and it's going to be Howarth again to gets another one away, and Parker just leans on that one up between gully and backward point, and it's run away for 4. Nicely timed there from Parker. Played it late, and quite frankly the batsmen out there at the moment don't quite know where the bounce, what height the bounce is going to go at the moment. Backward point there, just dropping a yard or 2 deeper. Third man coming a little squarer up in the top corner to our left of the picture here, but Howarth moves in over parched earth. Drive through the offside, and 4 runs there. He didn't half get hold of that one outside the off stump, a little over pitch there and wide as well from Howarth, and it was helped along. It was quite close to the fielder there at deep mid-off, but he couldn't get 2 hands on it, and off it went racing away to the right for 4 runs. So the score goes to 60, and Parker has gone to 17 now. Round the wicket, and there's another drive, and that's well fielded this time on the bounce there. At deep mid-off again, and there's no run that time, so it's still 60 for 2. We've got a car just about to come in front of us here. We've got the commentary position set up in the car park today, square of the wicket, down behind deep mid-wicket at the moment, and it's Parker on strike. Still 2 slips in the gully there, third man, a backward point. Howarth again. Drive again, and that's well fielded in the offside on the far side from us here, up towards the bungalows there, so a good shot for no runs there from Parker. And he just retreats into his crease. So 290 runs so far before the game started today for Parker from 9 innings. So he's gone past 300 for the season now for Tynedale. His first season back at the club, and he settles in now. Another one's away, and he didn't move his feet there, and plays and misses outside the off stump. A little quicker there, that one. Oh, it seemed so from the square of the wicket here, and we must be about 70 yards away here, and it just pinned Parker back on the crease, and he did play forward, but the front foot didn't follow the bat there, and the wicketkeeper took it safely. But he's safe enough, ready to face another one now. Another one's away, and Parker just plays this one from the crease again out to the offside, and there's no run. And I think we're going to have yes, that's the end of the over. Umpire Davidson there didn't move too quickly, but he eventually gives the hat back to Howarth there, and he disappears off towards the far side. And at the end of that one, the 23rd, end of the 23rd, 60 for 2 Tynedale, Kant 30, Parker 17. So Actor again now to take up the strike, take up the attack with Kant on strike. That's down the leg side. It was Fuller, and Kant just sort of fell over there to the offside trying to play that shot and missed it, and it went through to the wicketkeeper. Well taken again down to his left. He's had a few to take down there for Ryton today, the Ryton wicketkeeper, not wearing a cap. As Actor moves in again now, Kant outside the off stump this time, and Kant just watches it through. No run. 60 for 2, Tynedale. 2 slips, a gully, a backward point, a cover, an extra cover, a deep mid off, a deep mid on, and a mid wicket. Actor again now. Kant back in his crease. They're going to push for 1 to mid wicket there. Well run from the batsman again. That moves the score to 61 for 2. And the partnership moves to 45 for the 3rd wicket here for Tynedale. Parker on to strike. So changing the field for the left-hander here. We've 2 extra covers now. The orthodox cover's been done away with. 1 extra cover. The second to the left as we look at the players, right on the edge of the circle. The other one close in. And that's played up through mid-wicket. 2 straight from Actor there, and it's racing up towards the boundary, but a nice sliding stop on the far side. And thrown in now to the wicket-keeper, to our right-hand side, and the batsman went through for 2 runs there. And Parker moves to 19. The score goes to 63 for 2. And the ball just getting a good polish out there at the minute. So this is Actor's last over here of his maximum 12. Pins Ryton, I beg your pardon. Pins Parker back in the crease this time, and a little bit more bounce there. Got 1 to lift, and he just defended it down there into the leg side, where it's fielded at forward square leg by O'Neill on the far side of the field. And there's no run. A little lad whizzes past on a bike here. In comes Actor again now, and Parker drives, and he's placed that one nicely past the first fielder, but not enough on it there to beat the second extra cover there. And there was no run, so another good shot without reward there for Parker at the end of Actor's 12 overs. So we've got 24 gone now, and Actor 1 wicket in his spell there, 12. And that was the wicket of Sam Mannion, who was caught behind for 2 in the 12th over, when the score was at 14. So Parker and Kant here. A bit of a salvage operation for Tynedale, and so far they've worked hard, but they've got through the first phase of it. As Howarth bowls again to Kant, and the ball just comes off the inner half of the bat there and runs up to forward square leg. The fielder there just to the right of the square leg umpire on the far side as we look from here. Deep as well, quite deep in there. Point deep as well on the edge of the circle. Fine leg in place. Extra cover there. Deep mid off and deep mid on. Howarth bowls again to Kant outside the off stump this time, and there's no run. Kant didn't offer a shot there, and the ball is taken cleanly enough and comes round the offside field. So this is Kant's 14th league innings of the season. He's leading, captaining Northumberland tomorrow again over at Workington in Cumbria. Howarth bowls again outside the off stump, and Kant just lets this one through. Good length, but the line of it there wide enough for Kant to say no thank you, and lets it through. A few of the Tynedale batsmen yet to come, sitting outside the dressing rooms across to our right hand side there. Ewan Stevenson padded up. Howarth again bowls to Kant, who's back in his crease, and just fends it off to the leg side this time, and cramped him up a little bit there as well, and the ball runs out and it's picked up, and there's no run again. So it's 61 for 2, Kant 31, Parker 17, 25th over, so the halfway stage just coming up here on the first of our broadcasts this afternoon here on the Experts in Business and the Royal Oak Cricket West Tyne, and a good ball there from Howarth. Kant just nibbled at it, he didn't move his feet, had a look and just poked the bat outside the off stump at it, and he played and missed, and it went through to the wicket keeper, and there's no run. The score remains at 61. Here's Cant again now, remember. No Ryton or McCabe for Tynedale. Away goes another one, edged and just past the left hand of Gully there, and it's Actor in there. And it's gone for 4, out to the left, up to the third man boundary. And Actor lies flat on his stomach at the moment, just looking for an opinion on how the sprawling dive there missed that one. And he's up on his feet again now. And it's the end of the over, so it's 65 for 2 after 25 overs here at Ryton this afternoon. Cant has played excellently well up until that point where he just edged that shot for his 35 after the loss of those 2 early wickets. And we've got a change of bowling now. It's going to be Mo Ali who's coming on. Spin bowler from the left as we look at it, square of the wicket here. So Howarth just directing his field at the moment. He's got a couple of arms swaying about out there. The fielders move into position. Actor's just gone to first slip, and I wonder if that plane, you might be able to hear the plane on the microphone there. I wonder if the pilot, if he'd come over just a little bit later, he might have been able to pick Mo Ali's arm ball if he was looking down. I wonder if he could from all the way up there. But here he goes now. He's going to bowl to Parker, the left-hander, and he's coming over the wicket, the left arm spinner. Here he comes now and bowls to Parker, who just pushes for 1 up towards mid-wicket there, and there's a single. And the score goes to 65. Parker moves to 18. Cant on the strike. We've got a deep square leg in place now, which is ominous for us down here behind the boundary on the square leg side here. Whisper 50 up for 50 partnership now for these two for Tynedale. And there's Cant, who just moves back and turns it up towards the fine leg boundary. There's a fielder in pursuit. They've got 2 runs so far. They're coming back for 3s, picked up now and thrown in. And there's another piece of good running there from the batsman, but leg by signalled by umpire Taylor. It is down to the left at the bowler's end at the moment, the non-striker's end. So the score goes to 69. And the partnership moves to 55. Cant giving a wave over to the away dressing room there. Maybe wants a bottle of water or something like that. But Parker, with 1 slip in place now, faces up to Ali, who's over now, and it's pushed back to the bowler there, just off the pitch at this on this near side, which is the offside for the left-hander. And here's Ali again now. In he comes and bowls, and that's full this time, and it's pushed out to mid-off again, and there's no run that time. And that's Young Hall there, who's fielding it deep mid-off, as Ali over the wicket now and bowls to Parker, who turns it up in the sunshine towards backward square there where it's fielded. Good stop, diving to his right, the fielder there for Ryton, and there's no run. So Parker retains the strike here, and he's got his long sleeves on, batting well inside his crease here. His bat just hitting the ground on the crease line, but he just lifts up and has a little look round the field again before it's Ali who bowls full again, and he hits this one to the leg side this time, and it's fielded by Howarth in there at short mid-wicket, and there's no run off the floor. So safe enough for the batsman here at the end of Ali's first over. So the score now 70 for 2 Tynedale, and Tom Cant just, it was a bottle of water he wanted there. He just Ewan Stevenson jogs with his loose-limbed figure out there. He's always got his arms and legs. They always seem to work in coordination, but they never look it. as he just moves his way out now, back towards the dressing rooms, across to our right hand side. It's 71 for 2 now, Tynedale, as Cant 35, Parker 20. And it's going to be Cant who takes the strike now at the start of the new over, the 27th. And it's going to be Howarth again who takes up the attack. Umpire Davidson there with the left arm well out. Now he lets play begin again. Cant forward this time drives, but it's out to deep mid off again, straight along the floor that time. And it's young Hall who gives the ball a bit of a polish there and gives it back to Howarth. And Cant again now, just ready to receive. 2 slips in the gully. Hits it to forward square leg along the ground this time, and there's no run. Fielded quickly there. 71 for 2. The sun beats down again here. About 22 or 23 degrees here this afternoon at Ryton. And it's Tom Cant. Sets himself at the crease. Howarth again bowls, and this one's hit out to the offside, the near side here this time, where it's fielded at extra cover off the ground, and there's no run again. A couple of Tynedale players over by the sight screen there in case it needs to go on the move. Howarth again moves in. Driven this time, but off the outside edge. It's gone between gully and backward point there. O'Neill's after it to our left. He's picked up now, and Cant comes through for 2 runs. It's thrown into the wicket-keeper's end that time, and 2 more added to the total. Cant goes to 37. The score moves along to 73 for 2. Now Cant just leans on his bat. Out comes the close mid-wicket fielder there across into the covers, so we've got an extra cover in place now for that drive. Cant drives, and it's gone straight to that fielder there, so a good bit of captaincy there. Moved the field across, bowled it full, and maybe he was looking for Cant to drive just a bit too early then, lift it up, but there was no run again, so it's still 73 for 2. Howarth again moves in. Outside the off stump, no shot offered this time, and Cant goes back into his crease, and I think he's having a little word there, just a little bemused as to why that wasn't maybe a wide-ish ball there, but never mind, on with the game we go, and that's the end of the over. So it's 73 for 2 now, Tynedale. Cant 37 and Parker 20. The men out so far: Fletcher for 4, LBW 2 O'Neill, and Sam Mannion caught behind down the leg side, bowled Akhtar for 2. And that was when the score was at 14. So a mild recovery here for Tynedale. Partnership moved along now to 59 between these 2 batsmen, as Mo Ali about to take up the attack. Left arm spin bowler over the wicket, and pitches one about on off stump, and Parker just plays it down square into the offside, where it's fielded there at backward point, and there's no run. Backward point quite deep here on the edge of the circle, behind the umpires. But as he moves in, Ali moves in the bowl, and Parker drives, and it's rolled out along the ground there to deep mid off, and there's no run. Out towards the houses, behind the protective fences across to our left, as we have another vehicle about to pass in front of us here. So here's Mo Ali again. Moves into bowl this time, and Parker's forward, and the ball just comes off batting pad there out towards backward point, where it's fielded and thrown in quick and low there, right armed, and Parker didn't get a run, so the score remains at 73 for 2, Tynedale, in the 28th over. And we've lost the vehicle there, who just leaves the ground. They may be off for a cup of tea or a spot of afternoon tea even. Defensive shot this time from Parker out to the leg side, and it's fielded there at close mid-wicket. So we've got 2 men close in, square of the wicket, a close mid-wicket and a close extra cover. We've got a slip in place, a backward point, a short fine leg, a square leg, a deep mid-wicket, a deep mid-on and a deep mid-off. Parker nicely played, hit fine up towards the third man boundary, and this short outfield will take the ball all the way for 4. The pace of it there just beats the fielder, and 4 more added to the total for Tynedale, and the score goes to 77 now for 2 in the 28th. Parker goes to 24, and Kant is 37. I suppose the big game of the day, or the bigger game of the day, Swalwell versus Shotley Bridge. First playing second in Division 1. The seconds today for Tynedale, overplaying Ryton seconds at Priors Flat, and hits this one to the leg side, and we've had a misfield there, so they've run 1. Are they just going to keep it to that? And yes, 1 more to the total. Parker goes to 25. The score goes to 78 for 2 Tynedale. And that was a slower ball, and the pace of the pitch isn't picked up any, even when the quicker bowlers have been bowling here. The ball not going through, apart from the odd one that has whizzed off the surface, but it's been the bounce. It's been, had to watch the bounce with the amount of grass on the pitch, and it's not even burnt grass either, so one suspects it's had more than, because we've had hardly any rain. We had a bit in Hexham yesterday. I don't know if it came down as heavy here at Ryton, but the cover's over to the right hand side there. It with the amount of dust in that line on the top of them, it doesn't appear that there's any water falling on them, so whether they haven't been out on the wicket. And the side screen with a little break in play, that's why I'm diddling on a bit there while the side screen was moved. It's Howarth again now to Boulder Parker, who drives 4 runs up to the deep backward point boundary on the far side there. The ball was full outside the off stump, turned that right shoulder right away around towards the bowler and put it between point there and the 2 gullies who are in position. So we've got 2 slips and 2 gullies, a backward point, an extra cover, a deep mid off, a deep mid on, and a square leg. So we've 7-2 in favour of the offside here. As Howarth now moves in over the wicket again. Parker drives again, and he's out. He's driven it straight into the hands there of extra cover, and he got himself in a position, maybe didn't get forward quite enough, and the ball looped up. He got a good strike on it, and it went straight into the hands there of extra cover. So Parker is gone with the score at 82. Tynedale now 82 for 3, and Parker goes for 29. And the Hull lad in his first season back at Tynedale, he's moved past 300 runs now for the season as he leaves the field, the left-hander, and he just goes off, and he's bound to get a smattering of appreciative applause there. And the new batsman in for Tynedale, James Rainford, right-handed. He didn't bat last week, as far as I can remember. So Tynedale, he goes in 82 for 2. Partnership there of well, they came together when the score was on 14. So 68 there from Parker and Kant. So Rainford just sets himself now. There's 2 slips and a gully. Backward point for the right-hander, forward square leg, an extra cover, deep mid off, deep mid on, as Howarth moves in now to Rainford. Rainford's first ball, he drives it up there to extra cover along the ground and a couple of bounces, and the fielder takes it safely enough there, so there's no run, and it's 82 for 3 in the 29th here. Now here's Howarth again, just gets the ball back. Bright sun again, it's a day for a hat wherever you are, but there's a few without them here at Ryton this afternoon. Here's Howarth again. Rainford hits into the ground square on the offside this time, and O'Neill fields it there at backward point, and there's no run. Rainford now does his exercises. He's just getting loose there at the crease. Shirt sleeves on. Batting on his crease here. Bats slightly in front of his back foot as he faces again now. Here's the next one. Drives this time, and if it had beaten the fielder there at extra cover again, it would have gone for 4. Fast outfield here this afternoon, but it goes on the bounce, on the double bounce there to the fielder, and there's no run, so it's still 82 for 3. Here's Howarth again now. In again. Edged, and it's dropped at second slip there, and it was a ball on a good length, and it got up, and Rainford was back and beaten for pace. He tried to cut it, took a top edge and stayed flat, and the diving effort there at second slip has gone down for Ryton. So a chance goes down, and that third catch that's gone down in the innings so far, off the last ball of the over as well. So there we go. Tynedale and Rainford especially survived that one. So the end of the 29th, it's Tynedale 82 for 3. Cant still there 37. Rainford yet to score. And what time are we coming up to here? We've just moved after 3 o'clock here on this gorgeous Saturday afternoon, and we'll see Ali to take up the attack again. Tynedale 82 for 3. Rainford just survived a caught chance there. Cant back well in his crease there and defends to the leg side this time, and there's no run. Rainford 280 runs before the start, before he took up his innings. It could have still been that just now, but he's there now all relaxed, standing with his hand on his hip there at the non-striker's end as Ali's round the wicket, and he has Cant straightened up there. A little square under the wicket, playing and missing outside the off stump. Just a nagging length there, and Cant, he didn't really move forward to it that time. He's batting well in his crease, and now here's Ali again round the wicket. Flatter ball this time, and it's full, and Cant's well forward and digs it out and defends it out there onto the offside, and there's no run. It's 82 for 3. Cant on strike 37. Now here's Ali again now, left arm, moves in past umpire Taylor. Cant goes slightly forward and just inches it out to this leg side as a great gust of wind comes over the ground here at Ryton. So one more to the total there. It's gone to 83 for 3 now, Tynedale, and we'll move to the end of this over, the 30th, before we leave you, or I'll leave you for the first time this afternoon here on Cricket West Tyne. And if you're in County Durham today, don't forget about all them tasty treats you can have at the Royal Oak Hotel in Cornsay Colliery if you're travelling that way. As Rainford back in his crease faces this one from Ali, and he pushes it out there and safely enough along the ground, and he doesn't get a run, but he's still stretching. He sort of twitched one of his leg muscles in a game a couple of weeks ago, but he seems to be back fighting fit now. As Ali in again now, bowls full, and it's turned to leg this time, quite straight out there to mid-on, and that's the end of the over. No run off the last ball there, and as I say, that's the end of the 30th over. So from I'll just do a quick update, and then our next broadcast here will be at 4 o'clock here from Ryton, and hopefully we'll just be taking you up to the tea break by that time. But here's an update before I leave you here. So Tynedale batting first here in this 14th match of the season for these two clubs. Tynedale batting first against Ryton are 83 for 3 with 30 overs played here. Kant, who opened the batting, is still there on 38, and Rainfeather's yet to score, going in at number 5. And the men out so far are Ollie Fletcher, who was first out for when the score was at 5. He was out LBW to O'Neill, and then Sam Mannion caught behind from the bowling of Akhtar, and then Dan Parker caught out from the bowling of Howarth. So the wickets have gone at 5, 14 and 82, going to O'Neill 1, Akhtar 1 and Howarth 1. So Tynedale until 4 o'clock. I shall leave you here with Tynedale at 83 for 3 in the 31st over. Speak to you again here at 4 o'clock.